Nobody likes being blamed for damage they didn't do, which is why Recon Relay created an onboarding process. This includes an all-encompassing list of vehicle specs, the ability to upload photos, and a section to make any additional remarks on your vehicle. This ensures that any car that comes through the dealership is well documented the second it hits your pavement. My name is Chandler Matlock, the creator and co-founder of Recon Relay. My journey began in the detailing industry, where I started as a subcontractor. I recognized the need to alleviate bottleneck responsibility and streamline operations, so I developed Recon Relay. We revolutionize how used cars are reconditioning and sold in the auto industry with our cutting-edge software. We're empowering dealerships to optimize their operations like never before. Today, I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step onboarding demo to show you how easy it is to get your cars frontline ready fast. To learn more about what we do and who we are, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, share our videos, and let's get into it. Okay, so we're gonna start to move through the onboarding process. So when you log into Recon Relay, this is what you're gonna see. And as you can see, for this dealership, there's 13 cars that await onboarding. So you're given a lot of good information right up front. You have 13 cars awaiting onboarding. 9 of these cars are in line. They're in the reconditioning line. They're going through the process. 23 of the cars are past the deadline. Now this 23 includes the 13 that are also awaiting onboarding. So this past deadline includes all of the vehicles, including the onboarding cars, as well as the 9 cars that are moving through the process currently. There's 1 in certified, 3 in service, 2 at recon, 3 in photos. So this is the overall vehicles by department. This 9 gets broken down here. It's also broken down here on your left. So a lot of good information right up front. To onboard, which is what we're going to be doing today, we're going to go through a step-by-step process of onboarding. We're going to click the awaiting onboarding bucket and go from there. All right, so every morning you're going to come in, and any cars that were traded in either over the weekend or the previous day would appear in your inventory the next day. They're going to be automatically API synced with our program, so it eliminates the need for hassle-free paperwork, magnet boards, and the like. So we go to the first car that is awaiting onboarding, and we're going to walk through that process. It's going to take a little longer in this video. However, once you are up and running and your team is doing this, it's a fairly quick process. I'd say maybe 60 seconds to 3 minutes per car to onboard. But again, we're going to go a little slower just so we can explain what we're doing. So we're going to onboard this vehicle. Choose the onboarding button. Any photos that are uploaded to your website with the car upon the initial upload into your inventory will be pulled in with the vehicle API. Here you can upload photos and documents internally that would only appear within Recon Relay. So photos that you wouldn't necessarily want your customers to see, but photos that you want to log internally and track damage, extra work that needs to be done to the car and the like. So here you can see vehicle details, gives you a breakdown of the car, stock number, year, make, model, VIN, mileage, so on and so forth. Here you can add any notes if you'd like. So for this particular car, let's say we're waiting on the second key. You can leave that note there to notify team members on this vehicle we're waiting for the second key. That way they don't cut another one. All right, and then we'll move on to next. As you can see, we start to move through this timeline up front, upload photos if necessary, what's in the car, and then finally the vehicle condition. There's 3 parts to this. You can mark the number of keys. This particular vehicle, we're waiting on the second key. So we're going to note that there's only 1 key, and then you can come back in here and edit it when that second key is available from the customer. You can mark if there are any dash lights on the vehicle when you take the car in. If the answer is yes, you're going to have to describe that dash light in detail. It's a required feature. If you try to move on, it wouldn't let you. So if you wanted, you could say engine, or you could simply say, no, there are no dash lights on. You can mark how many floor mats and how many types, whether they're all weather or carpet. This particular car, we can say there's 3 all weather and there's 3 carpet, as well as, hey, there's 2 trunk mats, 1 all weather, 1 carpet. So this car has a full set of mats, both all weather and carpet. Are there any remotes? Yes or no? The newer vehicles and the higher end models have sometimes DVD players that come with the remotes, come with the headsets. So you can mark how many headsets, how many remotes came in with the vehicle, save you on unnecessary costs. Say it's a higher end model and it came with 2 remotes, or it didn't come with 2 remotes. You can preemptively order those and make sure you have those in the car when you deliver them. Or if there were none, you can also mark that there are none. You can mark additional features, say there's a cargo net in the trunk or a first aid kit. You want to keep track of the owner's manual. I know some of these items that come standard on the cars, were the wheel locks on the car, with the car when it was traded in. These will save you on unnecessary expenses at the end when customers go to request these items, if they are expecting it with their vehicle upon delivery. You can add additional features that may not be listed here. So I know on, some of the older Hondas in particular, actually some of them even came with a picnic table. The older CRVs came with a picnic table. So you could mark that there was a picnic table in this vehicle if you'd like. If this feature is reusable with other vehicles, you see this feature appear a lot and you don't want to add it every single time, you can simply mark that this feature is reusable with other vehicles, and then it will appear on the following vehicles as a feature that you can use as an option. It doesn't come up as a feature on every vehicle, but it comes up as an option to be chosen as a feature. We won't put this one in there as a reusable feature, but this particular car has a unique feature of a picnic table. Next, you can log any issues with the car's interior or exterior, and you can communicate with your various reconditioning departments as the car moves through the process, what items need to be fixed, or what items are approved to be repaired. So we'll log an issue on the interior. If you choose the center console, the seat, the trunk, you can highlight these items and notify your counterparts what the issue is with the car. So we can say there's a burn on the back seat, and there's paint in the trunk to be removed. So you can communicate, make these notes, submit. Yes, I guarantee that everything is recorded upon acquisition of this vehicle. On the rear seat, there's a burn, and then on the trunk and the back hatch, you can see there's paint in the trunk that needs to be removed. So it'll highlight these 2 areas on the car, the aerial overview of the interior, and you can see what's wrong with the interior. Moving on to the exterior, we can log issues. Front bumper, we'd like that repainted. Rear bumper, we would like that repainted. And then let's say this was a work vehicle. There were decals on the side of the truck. Detail, please remove decals. So it's just a good way to be able to communicate with your departments and authorize them to repair work on when the car enters the process versus going through the process and getting bottlenecked or awaiting approvals. You can notify them ahead of time what they're allowed to do to the vehicle. At this point, we are complete. We've looked at the uploaded photos. Do we need to upload anything? We've taken an inventory of what's in the car. And then we've also marked the vehicle's condition, interior and exterior, communicated with our departments seamlessly on what needs to be complete. We can now save and exit. This will onboard the vehicle. Process is complete. This will take you to the vehicle details page. We also call this the vehicle profile. There's various steps, there's various actions that you can take here, as you can see on the right. You can put the vehicle on hold, mark it frontline ready, mark it sold, archive vehicle. We're going to go through these actions in a separate video. We'll put a link to that video below, and we can kind of go through those actions and explain to you what those are, but they are pretty self-explanatory. At this point, you want to move the vehicle and assign it to the department. It has been onboarded, and so you want to move it to the first step within your process, or move it to whichever department is taking care, custody, and control of this vehicle at this time. So for this process, once this car is onboarded for this dealership, it goes to the waiting to be checked in, and then that triggers the first step of the reconditioning process at this dealership to begin reconditioning on this vehicle. So here you can see we have the specs of the vehicle, we have the location of the vehicle, we have the vehicle's condition where we've marked the damage. It will appear throughout the life cycle of this as the car moves through the process. And then we also have the number of keys, the number of mats, if there were any dash lights on, and what was in the vehicle when we took the car into our possession. Any notes will alert the counterparts within the process that we're waiting on the second key. And then we have the timeline of this vehicle. So you can see that this vehicle was imported into the dealership's inventory on this date. And then for the purpose of this video, it took us about a week to get this car onboarded. The interior inspection was complete by myself on this date at this time. And then I moved this vehicle. It was previously not in a department. It was onboarding. And I moved it into certified, waiting to be checked in on this date and this time. I can also then tag anyone within the department who I want to. For the sake of this video, I'll use myself. Car is ready to begin. I can share that, and then I will actually get an SMS text message sent to my phone, which will alert me, hey, this car is ready to begin the reconditioning process. And it just popped up on my phone. All right, and that is the onboarding process. So now that we've been through the onboarding process and you can see how it works, we're going to dive a little deeper into who's going to do it and why, as well as walk through a couple different examples of situations with partnering dealerships where we've implemented this system and it has worked to their benefit.